James, I guess the main thing that we're wanting to talk to you about today, because we're living in it as well. I don't know if you've noticed this, but we're in a bit of a volatile environment right now, and the sad part is it seems like that no one we're moving more into the inability to communicate, the inability to discuss, inability to say I agree with you on 8 points, I disagree on 2. We all have to line up like little robots with a certain narrative, and it appears to be this is on either side of the political fence now. And if you don't, then everybody comes after you. And I noticed, I just saw a post you had up yesterday, and it looked like it was your life was very similar to ours.
No, we live in the same world, and at some point, I'm the sheriff of this face bag stuff. The James Spann face bag page does not have a staff of people that keeps that thing up. You're looking at me. I'm the writer. I'm the video producer. I'm the sheriff, and the sheriff had to step in yesterday because it just got out of hand. Everybody deals with it. You guys deal with it. Yeah. I deal with it. But it started, I posted a shot of me getting the COVID-19 vaccination shot.
Uh-oh. Right. We saw that.
And so I was attacked by the both sides, really. But the right wingers came in and said, you're a Biden stooge. They're going to control your mind. You're a lemming for the left. And so, they just brutally attacked me. And then the left wingers attacked me for being privileged and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you get moved to the front of the line.
Why is a weatherman getting a shot? Well, number one, you know what? Believe it or not, we can do other things. I know that's hard to conceive.
You're also a human.
I've been volunteering at a high level in healthcare for 15 years, and I'm in a hospital multiple times a week interacting with our employees, clinicians, non-clinicians, our patients, their families, and that's the reason I got the vaccine. And I debated whether to show it, but I showed it as an encouragement. I believe, and this is me after talking with clinicians, I know the vaccine is safe and effective and important. And I was brutally attacked, mostly by the right wingers. You're a Biden left wing, cussing. I mean, they could cuss the horns off a bull. Listen, if you go to their page, these guys, you know what's smeared all over their Facebook profile?
Let me guess.
Bible verses.
Bible verses. Yeah. Isn't that
Bible
great?
verses. They're the most ungodly people in the universe. Yeah. And then so yesterday morning, I posted a picture of some cows with frost on their fur for the freezing fog. Yeah. The left-wingers attacked brutally. They said, I should be banned from Facebook. You're a horrible human being. You're showing animals being tortured. It just went on and on and on.
Do they think cows have never faced freezing fog?
It's like, and then you go to their page and what's on their Facebook profiles? They're loving, tolerant, and celebrate diversity. These people are the most intolerant, hateful people you will ever see on the
bullies.
planet.
100%.
Yeah. We've become these mindless mobs of these extremists that just want to fight all day and that could give a red rip about anything. And we have lost our ability to do critical thinking. Here's an idea.
Amen.
You've got a brain.
Amen.
Use it. Don't follow all these. Don't let the politicians be your God. And the world has changed. I've not changed. I mean, I'm the same guy that I was 4 years ago and 8 years ago and 10 years ago. But the world has changed. And seeing this stuff, it's very discouraging. So I would just encourage people. And most people that listen to the Rick and Bubba show, they're on Facebook or the Gram or something.
The Gram.
If you dabble in social media, here's an idea. Consider a little kindness. If you see something that you don't like, just unfollow that person or scroll past it. Don't get into this mindless mob mentality. Guys, it's bad. I mean, you deal with it. You've seen it. I've seen it on your page.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. And what was funny is, and I'm having fun with what you're doing, the inconsistency. I had this guy the other day, and he was shredding me on Twitter. What do you call Twitter? Tweeter?
The tweeter.
The tweeter.
Yeah, the tweeter.
And of course he was of course taking issue with something spiritually he thought was inconsistent, which that's fine. And what was beautiful, almost like God gave me something. He decided he was going to go quote something out of Matthew about how something happened on the show. He wanted me to explain to the whole world. And I said, well, it's interesting. You're in the book of Matthew. If you go to Matthew 18. You have done exactly what Jesus said not to do. If you think that a brother or sister has offended or done something wrong, you should have come to me via email or some way privately. Then you should have brought in some other believers who would ask me about it as well if I didn't give you a satisfactory answer or a biblical answer. Then you take it before the church if I just will not deal with it and I'm in sin or whatever. I said, so you're quoting from a book that you're not following right now. And see, I mean, you're not doing it the way the Bible said to do it. And I can't explain this, but you should have come to me privately first, and then and to his credit, he did. But that's the inconsistency of the whole thing. The bottom line is we think this whole social media world is where we all converse now, and nothing could be further from the truth.
Gosh, guys, that is so true. And you guys know how to punch my buttons. I mean, you guys know my how to poke me. You're trying to get me to say something that's going to get me in trouble.
Well, if you don't care about cows, fine.
I mean, but guys, I can post a picture of a sunset, okay? A beautiful sunset that drives Rick crazy, but I get a lot of great sunset pictures. And, within 5 minutes on many of these posts, they're fighting about Trump and Biden and socialism and communism. What is the matter with you people? Do you have some type of psychiatric disorder here? It is the most bizarre world that we live in. And I honestly think there's a lot of people that do have critical thinking skills that are not part of these extremists, on either side. And the media is portraying the extremists as the mainstream. No, there's a lot of us that are not represented by any of these people. And that's the frustrating part. And again, so I posted my sheriff note yesterday. I finally said, all right, stop it. And I don't care if you attack me. That's fine. I have no feelings left to hurt. You can't hurt my feelings. I got nothing. That's fine.
I'm numb.
But here's the problem. So they come in there and they attack each other. I mean, they will brutally threaten with violence. They'll attack each other in the comments section of the Facebook stuff. And I finally said, stop it. Just stop it. If you're going to do that, just go to the Rick and Bubba page and do it over there.
No, James, don't put them on us.
But I'm like you. I've never understood how a video of the will of meat can lead to a political debate in all the comments. I don't know. How can that happen?
But anyway, here's the deal. On that post, the sheriff post, there were like 8,000 comments, 8,000 from reasonable people that have critical thinking skills that, like me, that don't want to get involved in any of this stuff. And that's the sign that most of us are like that.
That make you feel better?
Please understand.
Did it make you feel?
It did. Yeah. It did. You come to a point where you think the whole country's a bunch of lunatics here,
right.
but you see that and you realize that's not true. Yeah. You're being shown the extremist on both sides, where there's a lot of us that have no voice. Nobody wants to show us because we're normal people.
Right.
It's like, you guys ever watch Saturday Night Wrestling?
Yes.
Long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Georgia Championship
Gordon
Wrestling.
Soley out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tojo Yamamoto, the mighty Yankee. And what they did, that was a promotion to get everybody riled up, to get everybody divided, and they hate each other, to get them to come down to Boutwell Auditorium and pay to watch the matches. It was a setup. And it's the same thing we have in our country today. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
Thank you, James. Appreciate
Rick, I think if more of us had to work as farmers, we'd be too tired to argue on the keyboard.
Today, James and I will have our picture made hugging a cow.